Alright, welcome back to Spider-Man, where we are now in a kind of underground area here. Our objective here pretty much is exactly the same as it's been throughout these symbiote levels, and that is to kind of punch things and turn generators off. However, we do have a kind of, it's kind of like a labyrinth area, sort of. I thought maybe knocking the symbiote into the fire would do something, as fire is one of the symbiote's only weaknesses. Fire and loud noises like vibrations and sonics and stuff. But yeah, we're still breaking these little symbiote generators. They're pretty annoying. You know, this is why I don't feel bad about using these like other costumes, because the symbiotes are really annoying. I've talked about this before. The symbiotes are annoying. And the fact that I can just literally walk by them and be invisible in this costume is just great, because then I don't have to deal with them. And I'm showing you how to beat the level. Also, be careful on that elevator, because there's a hole there. There's like a little entrance that you can fall down. It's not very visible.
Whoa, where'd he come from?
So yeah, I just wish that the symbiotes would die a lot faster. When I was a kid, I always hated it, like every single one of the symbiote levels. They're pretty much just the worst. Hey bud, do you not see me? Do you not care? What if Spider-Man's gone invisible so many times, he's just stuck that way? Like when you're a kid and they tell you not to make funny faces because your face will get stuck that way? What if Spider-Man just got stuck invisible and no one can ever see him from now on? Like he's just talking to Mary Jane and she's not responding and he's just like, hello? Is someone there? Is this a prank? Is this a prank? Help! If anyone gets what that's a reference to, you win. But now we can just leave the level, and we're gonna get one of my favorite little parts of this game.
The imposter! Why do they always run?
Well, if they didn't run, there wouldn't be much of a game now, would there, Spider-Man?
I gotta say, you look just like me. Except, you're more angry back alley than friendly neighborhood.
Oh, for decades I've wanted to shut that mouth of yours. Finally, that time is upon me.
At last, I will crush you once and for all! Now, little spider, you will die!
Is it too late for us to be friends?
1886. Nah, that ain't right. So here we have Mysterio, aka the guy that wears a fishbowl on his head. So what we need to do here is shoot his nipples, and then his weird things on his legs that are also nipples. This is a fun fight. I like this one. It can be a little annoying. The best strategy is just to web ball everything. Each little node on his costume takes about 2 hits each. And it's a very ridiculous fight, and I like it. You know, I love all the boss battles in this game. I don't think there's a single boss battle that I really just don't like. That can be really cheap when he just spawns these things out of nowhere, because it can literally be right next to you.
You'll have to be better than that, Mysterio.
Every time you go down to the lowest level, he'll always try and stomp you with his feet. So be careful of that.
You shall not escape me!
And he's voiced by Duran Norris, who is really great. I love him as Mysterio. He's pretty great. And, you know, it's one of those cases where, like I've said before, there's like 3 guys that do all the voices. There's Rhino Romano, who pretty much only does Spider-Man. Duran Norris, who does, like, everything else, pretty much. D. Baker, and I guess, who else? Well, there's one more person, and that's Ephraim Zimbalist, who plays, Doc Ock, who is also Alfred in the Batman animated series. So that's a little interesting trivia there for you. So obviously the deal here is that we just have to do it again, only once all the nodes are gone, just start shooting his head.
Put down, fishbowl.
I had something really funny actually happen when I was recording this. I think I left it in here because it was just really weird. I was at the very end of the fight. I killed him and he killed me at the same time. Yeah, that should actually be coming up like right now. Yeah, right there. It said game over. Why did that do that? So I actually had to redo the fight, which was annoying. But, you know, here we go. Here's the real end of Mysterio.
Right now you're thinking, if only you'd taken that giant act to Vegas instead.
Curse your endless babble, Spider-Man!
Speaking of babble, let's hear it. Who's behind all this?
I'll never tell you! Mysterio may be defeated, but the symbiote invasion cannot be stopped!
Symbiote invasion? There are more of them?
You fool! There will be more than you can imagine! That fog which blankets the city is preparing everyone in New York for symbiosis!
You're the fool, Mysterio!
Yo.
Where are they coming from?
Go then! On the waterfront! Warehouse 65. A secret passage. If only I could watch them destroy you.
Whoever your boss is, he's off his rocker! No one can control the symbiotes.
Correction! No one before now!
Spare me the propaganda, okay? This isn't a game, Mysterio. The symbiotes will destroy everything in their path unless I can stop them.
So yeah, that's the thing. Mysterio was in the game and now he's not. Yeah.
I'm here, Frank. What's up?
Spider-Man's here, Microchip.
What range?
100 yards, maybe. Easy shot.
Very funny, Frank.
Huh? He spotted me, but how could he? I lost him.
What happened?
He took out my scope.
Hey, tough guy. Sorry about that expensive lens, Punisher.
Something tells me we have the same objective here. That's the place. Warehouse 65. We can team up. You cover my back.
Huh. No thanks, Mr. Death Wish. I'd like to keep the body count low, if you don't mind.
Fair enough.
Punisher's guns can't solve this problem. Gotta play this one my way.
Ah, the cliché seedy waterfront warehouse. Although, I'm guessing that this particular warehouse has a bit more in store for the webhead than even he can imagine.
Oh, more symbiotes. Looks like the old Spidey luck is holding out.
Fuck this level. This was, when I was a kid, I think my least favorite level in the entire game. And once again, I will be using Cosmic Spider-Man because he has increased damage, and I do believe he's also invincible. Which means, yay! That is the thing that I want to be doing. I said this before, the reason I'm doing this is just to make these videos go smoothly. I'm technically cheesing the game, and I'm technically cheating, but I'm still showing you what to do, and I just don't want to spend forever in these levels beating up the symbiotes, and then, you know, die at the very end, because that can happen. But yeah, this was always the level I skipped when playing this game as a kid. For some reason, I remember there being a costume that had unlimited fire webbing. But I tried finding it while I was playing this, but that does not exist, apparently.
I'm already at...
Yeah, why is the Punisher in this game? They just randomly throw a bunch of people out there in this game for no reason, like Daredevil's in this game. The Punisher's in this game, Captain America's in this game. Like, why are they here? Other than to be like, hey guys, Marvel's a thing. Only besides Spider-Man and Daredevil, Marvel doesn't have any good characters. Yeah, best thing to do in these levels is to just get the fire webbing and just start shooting the symbiotes and the generators, because the fire webbing is something specifically designed just to destroy the symbiotes.
An enormous ventilation shaft. There must be something big down there.
So we're going to want to go this way. This part of the level is almost done, which is very nice, because I always hated this as a kid. Because I would always try and play it, you know, without the cheats, because I guess used to be honorable. But it just would not work. I would always get my ass handed to me. Okay, let's go this way. Let's jump down this hole. Where are the drugs? Just because I feel like I'm being unfair at this point, the thing I've been quoting the entire time is a series called Spider Dub, which is one of my favorite things that's ever been on the internet. Just search Spider Dub in the YouTube bar. It's made by a guy named Mike Peterson. His YouTube channel used to be Man with 10 Toes, but it's now Mike Peterson. Go watch those videos. They are the funniest things in the world.
And deadly turrets pointing straight at me. Oh, my day just keeps getting better and better.
This is another really annoying level. This is the last time I do believe I used the Cosmic Spider-Man suit. You're not supposed to be able to do this. You're supposed to swing from thing to thing, because you would get electrocuted if you were down there, but I really just want this level to be over, so I, you know, cheesed it yet again.
Built this place.
We can try swing into one of these guys here, but I don't feel like it. And obviously a big thing is that they have those lasers there. Just be careful when you're doing this level. That's really all I gotta say.
I'm getting a feeling somebody doesn't want me here.
But since we're invincible, Spider-Man don't care.
The heating bill for this place must be enormous.
That was my wife, Mrs. Branch. She is leaving me because she thinks I am addicted to Spider-Man. Ugh, they're so great. So this is another thing that is about to come to an end. Right through here is the end of this level, and that looks like the Death Star for some reason. Why is Spider-Man on the Death Star? I don't know.
This must be where the fog is coming from. Who is behind all this?
So this is it. This is essentially the last level of the game. This is the end game right here. Which, you know, ain't bad. And yeah, I switched back to normal Spider-Man because I just figured, you know, I gotta do it. I gotta at least do a little bit of the symbiotes with regular Spider-Man. One of these doors has a cutscene in it. I do believe it's this one.
We have a winner.
Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you!
Black Cat! What are you doing? Who's behind? What's going on here?
Your guess is as good as mine. The guys in the ambulance must have drugged me because the next thing I knew I woke up here. You gotta get me out of here.
Okay, Cat, but how?
If you can somehow shut down the power, I can escape.
You got it.
So for the last level, this is actually pretty damn easy. What you gotta do is you gotta go around to all these rooms and hit these switches.
Some of these doors.
What that switch did was it just pretty much opened up all the other doors. So that will allow us to do that. So I think no matter what, you have to go into the Black Cat room first. You don't have to do this in any specific order. You just gotta go in each room and flick the switches.
If I read this right, this panel controls the exhaust ports. If I can jam the exhaust ports without stopping the flow of fog, it'll be like a banana in a tailpipe. That ought to blow the power, too.
Never thought I would hear Spider-Man say banana in a tailpipe. I very clearly remember these cutscenes from the N64 version, because again, that was the one that I grew up with and played more than this one. But I remember the cutscene, specifically on the N64 version, the sewer things, the lids would close down on them, and they would always clip through. I don't know if that happens in the PS1 version, but I very clearly remember that in the N64. Let's see, can we get a good look at it? You know, see, that looks normal. In the N64 version, they would always clip through.
Almost. This sucker is ready
For a
to
final
blow.
level, this really isn't that tough. You can completely ignore the symbiotes. You don't need to deal with them, essentially. You know, this is like the first level in a really long time that we haven't destroyed symbiote generators. Is this where Black Cat was? Yes. After this level, it's pretty much all boss battles from here on out. Well, there's one level that's sort of a boss battle, but sort of also a level. So that's fun and interesting. And there we go. That should do it. Now let's find out just who's behind all this.
Yes, that does it!
Thanks, Spider. Whatever you did, it worked.
Hey, what else is a Spider-Man for? You go and get some help, Cat. I'll find out who's behind all this.
You got it. I'll be back.
I love how they have these things marked in very big, like, neon signs.
Listen, whoever you are, no one can control the symbiotes. No one!
I need not control the symbiote, Spider-Man.
Doc Ock?
We will work as one. It is a new world. Humanity needs the skills that my technology will give them. Symbiosis is the only way.
I should have known a reformed Doc Ock was too good to be true.
A perfect world order. Those who cannot share my vision will be crushed by it.
Speaking of crushed, it's showtime, freaks. Ooh, I smell bad, symbiote, and it ain't me.
Bring it on, Grandpa!
Alone at last.
Let us end this, Spider-Man.